Okay, here we are. This is loosen up and don't be so mental. The purpose of this class is to do just what we talked about. Loosen up and don't be so mental. It's meant as an active recovery class. It's a full body workout of sorts. It's more focused on mobility than flexibility. Let's breathe and stretch and warm up a little bit. Bring your attention to the single pointed focus. This is the meditative part of the class. And a meditative thing has only ever been a single point of focus. Pick one thing. Stay attentive to one thing. That's called meditation. When you stay attentive to one thing continuously, you create what's called coherence in your mind and your brain. Both hemispheres of the brain play nice together. There's just as much activation of the sympathetic nervous system as there is of the parasympathetic nervous system. So the way we become coherent is to tune into the singular point of focus. In this case, it's going to be the breath. And the breath is going to be the temperature of the breath. On the inhale, the breath is cool. On the exhale, the breath is warm. And it's just noticing the cool air coming in and the warm air going out. Push down between those shoulder blades. Lift your chin, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Cool air comes in, warm air goes out, and that's what you notice. Nothing special, it's just the one thing you choose to notice. So this is our focal point. Look down at your belly, feel the stretch in the back of your legs and in front of your shoulders. It's actually really helpful when you're learning to meditate, you're practicing meditation. If you meditate on something that isn't special, something normal and natural, like the cool air coming in and the warm air going out, twist and turn and look up at the right hand. Let that be the most important thing. Then touch the mat with the right, twist and turn and look up at the left. Just some dynamic mobility, warm up exercises. Look over at your left ankle. Hang and stretch. Twist around, look at your right ankle. And then sit back on those heels and bring those thumbs up. Thumbs are up, shoulders are down. Looking up between those fingertips. Squeeze those glutes, tighten that stomach. Cool air comes in, warm air goes out. It's the centerpiece of our attention. Hands up, shoulders down, looking forward, chin up. Then go down to all fours, hands and knees. And drop your hips to the floor and inhale. Drop your butt back over your feet and exhale. Now we're going to do some exercises called the Tibetan rites. Among other exercises. But the trick here is to focus the breath on the movements. The inhale is one move, the exhale is the other move. Notice the coolness on the way in. Notice the warmth on the way out. Let that be the singular point of focus. Let's try curling those toes under and lifting your knees into a cobra, and then lift the hips into triangle pose. Drop the hips, lift the chin, lift the hips, press the heels. So like I said, this is an active recovery workout. You had a big weekend? It's a great way to speed along the recovery from your big weekend by being dynamic and meditative. Hold those hips in the air and alternate right heel and left heel to the floor. So you feel the stretch in those calves. Then raise that right leg way up high. On your tiptoes. Reach for the sky. Bend that knee, open that hip and twist. Press that left heel to the floor. Then switch legs. Let's raise that left leg. Up on your tiptoes. Reach for the sky. Bend that knee, open that hip and twist. Press that right heel to the floor. Look under your left armpit. And then come back down on all fours. A mouthful of shirt. Put your hands in the small of your back. Lean back and push the tops of those legs into the floor. And then face down between your knees. Exhale. Inhale, open up. Exhale, face the floor. Now let's stay up on those knees and bring your hands up. Lean back and look up between your fingertips like you're flying. Lean back and hold it for a few seconds. And reach around. Exhale, touch your foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, touch your foot. Inhale, reach up. Touch the floor between your feet. Go back as far as you want. Let's stay over to one side. Hold a few breaths back here. Come on back up and switch. Nice work. Drop your butt down between your feet. Walk your hands back. So you squeeze your glutes and you feel the stretch in the top of the legs. Pull her in, warm her up. Let's go down to the elbows. Feel the stretch in the top of those legs. This is what we're talking about. We said we're working a little more on mobility. I put my legs to a pretty good test yesterday, so now I'm giving them a little deeper stretch than usual. And then straighten those legs out. Come on up and straighten those legs out. Fingers face your hips. Lift your hips. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward, grab those toes. Another one of those moves from the Tibetan rites. Ancient moves. Been around for a long time because the human body's been around for a long time. At least relative to humans. Reach forward, grab those toes. Reach back, lift the hips. Staying attentive. Staying single pointed. Doing a little mental gymnastics this entire class as well. And lift those hips and hold the hips in the air. Then reach forward, hold those toes. And let the backs of those legs lengthen. As those legs loosen up, you can grab a little more of the toe or reach closer to the feet. When we let go of those toes, round our back and roll down slowly. Engage those abdominals. One vertebra at a time rolls down. 4, 3, 2, knees in, hands up, and rock it out. Put your weight over onto your right hip. And roll down the right side of that body. And point those toes straight up and roll down one vertebra at a time. 4, 3, 2, knees in, hands up, rock it up. Point the toes over to the left and roll down the left side of the body. Abdominal work. Point those toes straight up. Roll the rest of the way down. 4, 3, 2. Sorry about the chaotic dog. Knees go right, hands go left. She's a nervous Norvis. Take your hands behind your head. Inhale, touch the heels to the floor. Exhale, touch your elbows to your knees. There's the heels, inhale. There's the knees, exhale. And then lower those feet to the floor and lift your hips in the air. Lock your fingers behind your back and walk up on the points of those shoulders. Walk up on your tiptoes. Bring your heels in closer to your butt. And then make your knees go out. Inhale, knees together, exhale. Let go of those fingers. Then roll it down slowly to the mat. And grab onto both knees. Lift your head and rock it front to back. Move forward on your mat. Inhale on the way back. Exhale on the way up. Notice the warmth. Notice the cool. Lay back and stay back. Or hold those legs up high. Hands behind your back. Scissor those legs. Pull those toes straight up and pedal that bicycle. Super healthy to just get your legs in the air and let them drain. Circulate lymphatic fluid. Pedal backwards. Bodies clean out. Reach overhead, grab those toes. Just let everything stretch out. Let go of those toes and roll it down slowly. Using those stomach muscles to control as you lower down. And then just hold those legs off the mat. About 18 inches. Cool air in, warm air out. And then grab onto your left knee and pull it over towards your shoulder, towards your bicep. Right leg is straight, both feet are flexed. Or reach with the right heel, pull with the hands towards your armpit. Move your hips over just a little to the left and then pull your knee across your body. Twist and turn and look over at that left hand. Push that knee back up. Pull your right knee in towards your shoulder. Left leg is straight. Pull her in, warm her out. Reach with that left heel. And then move those hips over to the right just a little and pull that knee across your body and twist. Tight stomach. Guarding the low back and twisting through your ribs and your neck. Push that knee back up and leave that foot on top of that left knee. Reach through and grab your shin or your thigh. Lay your head back. Flex your feet again and push that right knee out away from that right shoulder. And then take your left foot, put it over your right knee. Reach through and grab that shin or that thigh. Flex both feet and push that left knee out away from the hip or from the shoulder. Cool her in, warm her out. Unhook that foot, grab your knees, lift your head, and rock it front to back. And then sit down, put the bottoms of your feet together. Feel that stretch in the inner thighs. Keep that back long and straight. And then take those feet just a bit further out in front of you. Grab those toes. Long spine, face down towards your feet. Cool air in, warm air out. That's our single point focus. That's the part of this workout that's about not being so mental. If you've got a single point of focus, then you're not thinking of a bunch of thoughts, just a bunch of stuff. Uncontrolled meandering of the mind. This is a chance to exert a little control, just a little bit. Cool air in, warm air out is all you need. You're in the captain's chair. It's not a mind that thinks uncontrolled. It's a mind that thinks, given the opportunity. Drop back on those heels. Balance on those feet. Squat, belly between the thighs. Bounce a little bit. Then straighten those legs, hanging forward fold. Take your left foot, cross it over your right. Let gravity pull those knuckles down towards the mat. All you do is watch cold and warm. Comes in at 70 degrees, goes out at 98. And then cross right over left. Lean and stretch. So squeeze your glutes tight in your stomach, roll it up, chin to your chest. Leave your chin on your chest. Hands up, look up. Look at the backs of your hands. Cool air in, warm air out. Bring those hands down in front of your heart. Moment of appreciation for a job well done. To me, that's called making love. 640 muscles are very happy. Self-love is important, and that's what you just gave yourself.